Which is transier, would you say? Spinach or Bud Light? Which is more likely to make you a little bit light in the loafers? Which is more likely to push you toward the rainbow flag? Would it be spinach? Would it be escarole? Would it be broccoli rabe? Or would it be a can of Bud Light? Bud Light is sick of the jokes. Bud Light has had enough of the jokes about them. And Anheuser-Busch is saying, it was just one can. This is their new, every day they have a new response. Every day you get a letter or a commercial about horses or this or that. So here's what Bud Light has said now. This is through their distributor. They say, this was one single can given to one social media influencer. It was not made for production or sale to the general public. This can is not a formal campaign or advertisement. Leave us alone. Leave Britney alone and stop it. In reality, they say, the Bud Light can was posted by a social media influencer that sparked all the conversation was provided by an outside agency without Anheuser-Busch's management awareness or approval. Since that time, the lack of oversight and control over marketing decisions has been addressed and a new VP of Bud Light marketing has been announced. Okay, great. So this is the biggest walk back we've seen yet. Certainly better than when Bud Light doubled down on the campaign. Certainly better than the letter from the CEO where he basically just said, I love the military. Stop boycotting us. Certainly better than the horses commercial. Better even than the temporary suspension of this VP of marketing. They're saying, look, this was obviously a mistake. They're insinuating this was obviously a mistake. It wasn't even a campaign. It's not even what you think it is. Just, okay, you're so close. Say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. Say it was the wrong decision. And say, and this is the crucial part, say that men and women are different. Say that men can't really be women. Say that you oppose transgender ideology. That is the only way to fix this. You're so close. Every day, every 3 days, you inch a little bit closer to doing that, which would probably work, but you don't ever quite get that. You're so cautious. And you think, Bud Light, that by being cautious and clever in your language, that you're going to be able to straddle the fence here. You're not. Your sales numbers are just going to get worse and worse and worse. It's not like the sales numbers declined and then they've kind of just stayed there. That would be a problem for Bud Light too. They keep declining because there's no middle road on this issue. To quote a certain speech from CPAC this year that caused a lot of consternation, there is no conciliatory middle way on the issue of transgenderism. Some issues there is a middle way. This one, there isn't one. Either men and women are different or they're not different. Either women get their own bathrooms or they don't get their own bathrooms. You maybe could have avoided the issue had you avoided the issue. I'm not saying that every company in America needs to go send out a statement of metaphysics and anthropology, okay? But you inserted yourself into the issue and you offended your whole customer base and you said something that's manifestly wrong and it's a urgent social issue that is having harmful effects for lots and lots of people, really for everybody involved, especially for the people who've fallen prey to this confusion. So now you're in it, and the only way out is going to be through. The only way out, Bud Light, you can do it. You say, I'm sorry, we were wrong, transgenderism isn't real. Come out and say it. We'll drink Bud Light again. I drank like 3 Bud Lights a year, but I'll drink Bud Light again. If Bud Light came out and said it, it would be better to me than had Bud Light never waded into these waters in the first place. If Bud Light came out and said, we're sorry, this was wrong, transgenderism's fake, men can't really become women, I would buy more Bud Light than I did before, because that would send a message to the rest of corporate America, which is that if you come out and defend the truth and sanity and reason, we will have your back. You will have an audience base there. It would encourage other companies. So do it, Bud Light. Do it. I'll buy a case or two. I don't know. I'll at least talk about it. Right now, head on over to puretalk.com/Knowles. We all know about the big wireless cell companies out there They lock you into these horrendous contracts, and then, if you try to get out of them early, they tack on outrageous charges, which is why I love Pure Talk Wireless, where there are no hidden fees, no contracts, and no hassle. Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team has helped so many people make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. They were even able to keep their own phone number. I'm so glad that I used Pure Talk. Frankly, just the US-based customer service team would be enough for me, but you get the same networks that you're using right now. You can get unlimited talk, text, plenty of data. The price is much, much lower. It's so simple. It's so easy. Head on over to puretalk.com. Enter promo code Knowles, KNWLES, to save 50%, 50, off your first month. That is puretalk.com. Promo code Knowles, K-N-O-W-L-E-S. Be like me. Use Pure Talk. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. The Nashville PD is continuing to stonewall on the manifesto of the trans-identifying shooter who shot up a Christian elementary school. I have been defending the Nashville PD in part because of the heroic actions of the officers, but in part because I know that this is a politically tough case for them, and I know that they've got the FBI breathing down their necks. Even though the FBI, the Memphis field office, told the Daily Wire in the days after the shooting that the FBI really has no jurisdiction here, there's no evidence that the FBI should be involved. But then all of a sudden we find out the FBI is involved, and there are all of these issues about releasing the manifesto. For virtually every other one of these shootings where there is a manifesto, we get to read the manifesto. We especially get to read the manifesto if it's an angry, straight white guy who is in any way right-wing. But in this case, where all signs seem to point to transgenderism being the ideological factor in the shooting, here we don't get the manifesto. So what are they saying? They say, due to pending litigation filed this week, the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department has been advised by counsel to hold in abeyance the release of records related to the shooting at the Covenant School pending orders or direction of the court. Okay. Why do they have to hold it? What's the litigation? The litigation is from the Tennessee Firearms Association trying to get the manifesto out. So they're saying that the Tennessee Firearms Association asserts that the police wrongly denied public records requests, and so they want to get the manifesto out. And the Nashville PD is trying not to release the manifesto. And then their excuse now as to why they won't release the manifesto is that there's pending litigation about why they won't release the manifesto. So this is obviously a purely political matter, and the political leadership that is preventing the Nashville PD from doing the right thing should be ashamed of itself, and we should see the manifesto. Period. Did you enjoy that stunning commentary and that just sparkling hairdo? Well, if you did, you got to subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. Ring the bell, click it. See you next time.